Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Sutton, and I believe that real peace of mind starts in the most important place in your home, your kitchen. Think about it. We insure our cars, our homes, even our health. We plan for retirement, we save for a rainy day. But what about the one place we turn to every single day for comfort and security? Our pantry. This podcast isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom from stress when life throws you a curveball, whether it's a snowstorm, a job loss, or just a week too busy for grocery runs. A well prepared pantry means you can always take care of the ones that you love. Here on Pantry Preparedness, I'll share simple, practical strategies to help you stock smarter, store better, and turn your pantry into the best insurance policy you'll ever own. From saving money to stretching meals, you'll learn how to build resilience right at home. I hope that you subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts and join me on Pantry Preparedness with Lisa Sutton, because a well stocked pantry isn't just about food, it's about security, comfort, and the confidence to face whatever comes your way. Hello, everybody. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series that I'm calling Stretching Your Pantry in Tough Times. I know, not real fancy or anything, but it is what it is. If you've been feeling that punch at the grocery store lately, uh, you're not alone. Prices are up, packages are smaller, store shelves just don't look like they used to. But here's the good news: you have more control than you think you do. This first episode is all about mindset and management, because those are some major key factors in any kind of preparedness. Because stretching your pantry doesn't start with what's on your shelves, it starts with how you see what's on your shelves. So grab a notebook, pour a cup of coffee, and let's dive into the foundation of frugal, resilient pantry. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to start off with mindset, because this is where literally everything changes. When times get hard, whether it's inflation, job loss, illness, or just a tight month, it's easy to slip into what I call scarcity thinking. You know, that feeling, I don't have enough, I'll never catch up, I can't do this. I've been there. I know that spiral too well. But here's the shift that makes all the difference. Instead of saying, I don't have enough, start saying, I have what I need. I just need to manage it better. Your pantry isn't a collection of cans, it's your peace of mind on a shelf. It's your insurance policy, literally. It's proof that you've already been preparing for tomorrow, one small step at a time. When you start thinking like a steward instead of a consumer, everything changes. A steward asks, how can I make this last? How can I use this well? A consumer says, what can I buy next? I know, shopping is fun for some of us, right? That's the foundation of frugal living: stewardship over stuff. Stewardship over stuff. If you're driving or folding laundry while you listen, just think about that for a second. Where could you apply stewardship today? Not just in your pantry, but in your home, in your finances, even your time. It's a little bit to think about. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, Lisa, I already know what's in my pantry. Do you though? Have you done the inventory? Have you done the audit? Here's what I challenge you to do. Sometime this week, grab your pantry planner, your tracker, a notepad, whatever, and go shelf by shelf, write down what you actually have. Now, don't just list numbers. Think in meals. 6 cans of corn, 3 bags of pasta, 2 jars of peanut butter. Ask yourself, what can I make from this right now? That's the difference between stock and supply. Stock is just stuff. It's just stuff. Supply is stuff that can feed me. There's a difference there. When you start thinking in meals, you stop feeling that panic that says, we're running out, we don't have enough, right? you start to realize you might have more food security than you think. Say it out loud with me. I have more than I realized. That's the abundance mindset in action. I have more than I realized. It's a game changer. Now that you've got a handle on what's in your pantry, it's time to plan ahead. In uncertain times, planning is your superpower. I mean, huge superpower, okay? I like to break my pantry goals into time frames, 3 time frames actually: 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. That's short enough to stay focused, but long enough to build real security. And that's what we're looking for. So if you're brand new into this, this can be very beneficial, I think, if you put this into play. And if you're not brand new to this, it might be a different way to look at it to help you when you're trying to shore up any gaps that you think are in your pantry, or to help you not go to the grocery store and spend any money. A lot of you may know I have declared the last part of this year to be basically a no grocery shopping for me. I will not be buying anything other than milk, dairy, very finite small things, and then my monthly Azure order, just because I want to keep contributing to make sure that it stays here. But other than that, I'm not looking for deals on anything. I'm not going out and stocking up more. We have a pretty good supply, and because I think money needs to go in another direction right now, that's what I'm going to focus on, is taking that grocery money and putting it towards some other stuff. What you want to remember is, the 30, the 60, the 90-day plan is something that no matter where you are on your pantry preparedness journey, this is something that you can implement. So let's look at 30 days. What do I already have to feed my household for 1 month without shopping? Once you do that inventory, you should be able to look through that and come up with some ideas. 60 days. What can I add or restock that will make those meals easier or more balanced? Okay. And then 90 days, what can I include to add comfort, the treats, the variety, the morale boosters, that kind of thing? Those shouldn't be your first priority. Even though you may feel like you need them, they shouldn't be your first priority. And remember, it's not about hoarding. Hoarding is a medical condition, okay? And it's something that insecure little people like to throw out there. It's not about hoarding. It's about creating a cushion of calm, because life happens always. And when it does, that pantry stands between you and panic. Write down those goals. You're not just preparing, you're building stability, 1 jar at a time, 1 shelf at a time. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite topics: substitutions. I love substitutions because it makes your supplies go so much farther than you thought that they could. If you've ever been halfway through a recipe, and I don't know anybody who hasn't done this, and realized that you're out of something, this part's for you. Out of sour cream, mix powdered milk with a splash of vinegar. You have sour cream. No eggs, use a 1/4 cup of applesauce or a mashed banana or even a tablespoon of mayonnaise. Do you know what mayonnaise is made out of? Eggs, yeah. Out of breadcrumbs, crush up crackers or use oats. That's a fantastic substitute. Every substitution is a lesson in flexibility. It's not about perfection, it's about function. And that's what our pantries need to portray. I actually keep a substitution chart handy, and it's covered in little handwritten notes. It's a hot mess, but I've typed it up. And so I'm going to leave it as a downloadable printable for you, and feel free to add to it. Things that I've learned the hard way, over time. And let me tell you, that chart has saved me more money and frustration than I can count. When you realize you can adapt and stop fearing shortages, you stop thinking, what if I run out? And start thinking, what can I do instead? That's where true pantry confidence begins. And now a word from our sponsor. As always, this podcast is brought to you by me, Lisa Sutton, and my book, Pantry Preparedness, the Best Insurance Money Can Buy. This book is your step-by-step guide to creating a pantry that protects your family no matter what life throws your way. This isn't about panic or hoarding. It's about calm, sensible planning. Inside, you'll discover simple ways to build a 30-day, 3-month, or even a 1-year pantry, budget-friendly strategies to stock up without overspending, and so much more. If you've ever worried about rising grocery prices, and who hasn't lately, noticed store shelves running empty, wanted to be ready for the unexpected, because the unexpected seems to be something that we're expecting anymore, this book gives you the confidence, tools, and peace of mind to be prepared, affordably and wisely. Pantry Preparedness, the best insurance money can buy. You can get your copy with the link in the description box below. Because food security isn't about fear, it's about freedom. By the way, this book also makes a thoughtful gift for adult children, new homemakers, or anyone you want to encourage. Teaching someone how to prepare is one of the most loving things that you can do. And we are back. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough credit. It really doesn't. Organization. It is so important. A messy pantry is like a messy checkbook. It hides your true resources. You can't stretch what you can't see. So pick a morning, maybe a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon, and give your pantry a little bit of love, a little TLC. Pull everything out, wipe it down, check your dates, rotate oldest to the front. This isn't busy work, it's literally pantry maintenance. The same as you would take your car to the mechanic to have the oil changed or anything like that. This is the maintenance that you do to make sure that you have a well running, functional pantry. Because your pantry isn't static, it's a literal living system. And every organized shelf saves you time, money, and stress down the road. If you can see what you have, you can use what you have. It makes all the difference in the world. Let's be honest. A clean labeled shelf just feels good, doesn't it? It does. It just makes you want to sit in there and smile all the time. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated pantry skills, learning to love your leftovers. We live in a culture of abundance. We overfill plates and call it normal. But stretching your pantry means thinking differently. One chicken, this is like the perfect example. One chicken can be 3 meals. One can be roasted chicken. Meal two can be a soup or a casserole. Meal three is broth or a pot pie. I mean, just from one little old chicken, right? And that's not cutting corners, that's multiplying value. And that's what we need to really start to engage with and to do on a regular basis. It's basically the rule of three. Every main ingredient should serve you at least 3 times before it leaves your kitchen. So for all of my recent empty nesters, or, we're down to 2 or we're down to 1, cooking for 1 is extremely difficult. Cooking for 2 is not much easier. But the rule of three will really help you stretch your dollar without wasting any food at all. Every main ingredient should serve you at least 3 times before it leaves your kitchen. If you run with that rule of three, you are going to be set, absolutely set. When you start cooking this way, gratitude sneaks in. It does. And I'm huge on gratitude. You stop thinking, we only have chicken tonight, and start saying, this chicken is going to see us through half the week. That's amazing, right? And that right there is where contentment lives. That's a beautiful place to hang out. So, just a really quick story, okay? I'm going to share a really quick story. Years ago, when Phil and I first started, dating, and we were leaning hard into frugal living, there was a month where money was tighter than tight squeaks. No oil was going to help it. It was rough. But I remember standing in the pantry thinking, oh gosh, this isn't enough. There's just not enough. But when you pull things out that I had canned earlier or that I had stocked up on earlier, tomatoes, beans, broth, it made an amazing amount of meals. We made soups. I made bread or cornbread. I opened up a homemade jar of jam and put it into cookies that I made. It wasn't fancy, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It has to be filling. It filled us, body and soul. It filled us. And that moment stuck with me because I realized preparedness isn't about luxury. That's not what this is about. It's about resilience. And more now than ever, we have to be resilient. Resilience doesn't come from having everything, it comes from making everything work. So if you're listening today and you're feeling discouraged, remember your shelves tell a story of effort and care. Seriously sit there and look at them and hear that message. It's something to be proud of, no matter what stage of the journey you are on. Even if you are just starting out, you have made space, you are making plans, and that also is part of your story of effort and care and resilience. So let's put this all together, okay? One, there's the mindset. Stewardship over scarcity, huge. Inventory, because I'm always going to say it, knowing what you have, think in meals instead of cans or jars. It makes a big deal. Goals, build 30, 60, and 90-day cushions. And if you're already into the game, then look at your next goals after that. Go, 180, go a year, figure out what you have to do to stretch what you have today to the next goal. And adaptability, because we have to be flexible in this life. Nothing is guaranteed. Nobody owes you anything. This is just the way it is. And so learning substitutions not only gets you through that tough spot, still giving you what you want. Now, no, you're not going to make poached eggs out of applesauce, but you know what I mean. It gets you through a lot of the tough spots, the substitutions, but it allows you to be creative. There's a lot of joy in creativity. Next is organization. Keep your shelves functional and fresh. At least every quarter, go in there. Every 3 months, just pop in there. Do a little dust, do a little inventory, make sure everything's okay. Make sure nothing's been compromised, okay? And then last, resourcefulness. See every leftover as an opportunity, because that's what it is. That's not just food management, that's life's management. Everything that we do with our pantry are things that we should be doing every day with our life. Every time you choose to cook from what you have, you're reclaiming control. Every time you organize a shelf, you're building peace. Every time you plan a week of meals from your pantry, you're proving that preparation isn't panic, it's power. It's serious power. Now, here's your challenge for this week, because I live to give you guys challenges. Take one honest look at your pantry shelves. Go pull a chair in there, stand there and stare at it, do whatever. Make sure you turn on the lights, okay? Write down what's there. What can you make from it? When you have those ingredients, you can look at it and say, what different things can I make from this? Then pick one meal this week that uses only ingredients that you already own. You'll be amazed at the creativity that comes out of that one small act. If you want to share your results, I love it when you guys share your results. Post them in the comments or on social media and tag me. I would love to hear what you create. There's some really fantastic minds out there in this community, and we can all learn from each other. Remember that stretching your pantry isn't about doing without. It's about doing well with what you have. Because peace of mind doesn't come from having endless supplies, it comes from knowing that you can manage whatever you do have wisely. So keep building, keep learning, and keep believing in your ability to adapt. Because tough times don't last, but prepared people do. Until next time, everybody, keep that pantry working for you, not against you. And remember, be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters, my friends.